everyone. So this morning I have reading glasses, since I've gotten to that age. I can't see you very well, but...
That's good.
So, last week, Glenda talked about our beliefs, and those which are learned or which are perceived, and how they're rooted in fear and love. And as Judy said, what I want to talk to you today about is courage, and as the antidote to fear, and the means of which challenging it is the way we challenge the way we do things, the way things have always been. And when we do that, it brings forth more joy and more love into our lives. So now, some would say love is the opposite of fear, but it really isn't. Because love really stands on its own. It's what I teach in my Reiki classes when we go over the chakras. It's right in the center of our chest. And love stands right here in the heart center. It is the balancer between the lower chakras and the upper chakras. So it has really, powerful energy to it. And hate is not even the opposite of love. So to say it is, in my opinion, is to really dumb down its power. It disregards the all-powerful, the all-knowing, and the ever-present energy of God. So hate is really a fear in disguise, and it is very much learned. It's not something that we learn with. So what we fear most are the things that we don't know about. And I think this is what we're seeing out in our world stage. So, but what really underscores all our fears is that we're not going to be all right. And we're going to dissolve into a puddle on the floor, and we're not going to recover. I know that I've had experiences like that, and I'm sure many of you have. But we've been okay. It may have taken a while, but we've always gotten there. So, this week there was an example of that. There was this national event that took place that left me feeling greatly disappointed, sad, angry, fearful, and very vulnerable. It definitely left me questioning, will I be okay? And also questioning if all the 126 million women, according to the 2016 census, are they going to be okay? Because I'm guessing the majority of them, of their hearts sank just as much as mine did. And also some of the 119 million men. So what we're seeing out there on the world stage is what Judith Arloff calls a form of courage that is not aligned with the higher good. It comes from misguided anger and hate. So in Brené Brown's work, she states, vulnerability is our most accurate measurement of courage. Meaning when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we're using courage. We're risking failure. We're willing to do something where there's no guarantee, no certainty of the outcome. Is it easy? No. Is it comfortable? Not always. Are we okay in the end? Yes. And I believe there was a movie that said, there was a line in this movie that said, if it's not okay, then it's not the end. And that comes from the Marigold Hotel. Okay. So let me ask you this. Have you ever been at the intersection of the same old street and the Change Boulevard? So I'm talking about those transitional times in your life when sticking with the status quo seemed just as fearful as doing something new and different. So maybe you were changing jobs, ending a relationship wasn't going very well, and you're at that cusp of, well, do I stay or do I go? It's the same thing with the job. Do I stay or do I go? We like our comfort zones, especially with people. Well, we know the idiosyncrasies. I know what to expect. I don't know what to expect, but there's something new. And that can be very scary for a lot of people. I know it has been for me. Changing jobs and moving have been the most fearful experiences, for me. All self-induced. So definitely, work to do. So how did it feel? Was it uncomfortable? Was there much uncertainty? Was it downright scary? Yes. Did you feel stuck? Not knowing which direction to go? Do I go right, left, forward, backward? So, as I just said, from my experience, yes to all these questions. And I'm guessing, some of you have had some of the same experiences. But you know what? We all managed to move on. As the saying goes, we felt the fear and did it anyways. So think of it this way. I have to say, I came up with this little vignette very early this morning. So, I think it's going to go well. So you're starting out on a journey. Let's just say you're on a road trip in your car, and you decide you need a few things for your journey. So you go to the store, you turn left into the parking space, you get out of the car, you go into the store, get a basket, and in that basket, you start putting in a little bit of vulnerability. You might need to do something, not knowing the outcome. You grab a little imperfection off the shelf. Yep. You may not do things perfectly, but that's okay. And over there's a little creativity. You might need that. You might need to think a little quickly on your feet. And then there's kindness and compassion, just because they go a very long way. And lastly, you see a little authenticity. You put that in your basket, because who you really are is best. Everyone else is taken. So you get back in your car, you back up, turn right, and you continue on your journey. So here's another question. What do you think is the most important direction taken? Was it right, left, forward, or backward? Anybody have an answer? Okay. Joyce, you're onto something there. So here it is. All of them and none of them are the most important, because all four directions got you to where you needed to be. And they got you through your task. So there's really no wrong answer. But really, the most important direction was going inward. It is that inner landscape where we connect with the belief in ourselves and the existence of spirit. This is where our power and strength resides. And both are bigger and truer than any fear that we can feel. And when we access God, this God of our understanding, we don't feel alone or try to face fear with just our sheer willpower. In essence, we've tapped into courage. That energy that is, it's inspiring, it's freeing, it's expansive, vitalizing. It motivates us, it moves us to go to our next indicated step. It uplifts and centers us, and it opens our heart. So, in essence, courage aligned with the higher source is much better than being stuck at the intersection of the same old street and change won't learn. And let's face it, we live in California, and being in some of us have had car accidents and we know what that feels like. So moving through our transitional times, utilizing what Brene Brown calls these ordinary courages. It's not being the hero that lifts a car off a child. It's every day, doing something different, putting yourself out there, being vulnerable. And these are the things that bring us more joy and more love into our life. So we really become, every day, every moment, you have the opportunity to be your very own superhero. Right? You do. So as for this event that took place this week, aside, there are some things that we can do, aside from taking to social media, protesting, voting, very important thing, running for office, supporting a politician, all very important things, and that's up to you to do. Of course, we can't talk about politics here, but there is something else, again, that we can do on a daily basis that really will help ourselves and will help everybody else too. It'll help shift the consciousness, one person at a time. And I got these ideas from an online summit. I don't know if any of you belong to some of these newsletters like Hay House and We the World, Shift Network. So there's this one online course that came up and it was called Finding Common Ground. So there's 3 things that you can do. First, become aware of your prejudices. Any thoughts of racism, discrimination, or fear? And she said, we all have them. And it's very true. I know I have them, and when those thoughts come in, it surprises me. I said, where does that come from? Because I've got this other part of me that cares so deeply about people. And then this other part of me where these strange thoughts come in, and I really believe it's because it was learned. It came from my childhood and what the adults around me were saying. But I still have the work to do to shift that. The next thing we can do is accept others' differences. And that could be a person of color, it can be an LGBTQ person, it could be somebody with disabilities. And actually, in essence, we are all different when you think about it. Some people will say, I just want to meet somebody normal. Well, what's normal? What is normal? We're all different. We all have our own personalities. So, that really floored me. Okay. And the last thing we can do, talk to someone that is different than you are. Learn something about them. Remember the things that we fear the most are the things that we don't know about. If you don't know about somebody, talk to them, ask them. You don't know about their faith, ask them about it. You don't know about their culture, ask them about it. Most likely they'd be happy to talk about it. When I moved back in March, I moved into what I call a boarding house. And it really is. There's like 8 or 9 of us living there. And, I'm living with a couple of guys that are from Iran. I've got one woman who is from Guatemala. I was going to say Brazil, but the owner's from Brazil. One is from an Asian country. I'm not sure which one. I haven't asked her. So, we've had some discussions. And they are happy, most people are happy to talk about themselves. That's the bottom line. If you don't like attention on you, ask them all kinds of questions about themselves. They'll be happy to. So, to finish up, or as Judy would say, here's your invitation. Choose courage, align with your higher source and higher power. Cultivate courage by going within. Take risks. You're going to be okay. You're more powerful than you really know. And lastly, what Brene Brown says this is all about is choosing a wholehearted